Hey everybody, welcome back. This week, we're doing a ship that I've been putting off for a long time. I've been trying to wait for something to come into play that hasn't quite worked yet. Well, doesn't work yet. It's one of the... I think it's one of the longest awaited features since its announcement in the game to happen. So, I mean, alongside things like a working hot tub in a phoenix, or a certain giant hole in a hammerhead to be filled with something useful, or for the hammerhead to just get an update that doesn't break the ship in general. But that's refueling. Refueling is something we've been waiting a long time for to actually work. And so we're gonna look at the Starfarer finally. Even though refueling isn't quite there yet, we're gonna at least take a look at this big giant maze of a ship. And I mean, it's a maze. First step of the maze is actually figuring out how to get into the maze. Of course, luckily for you guys, I've already done that once or twice, and I can do that again. But let's go ahead and take a walk around the outside-ish. I guess I'm not quite outside, I'm like under it still, but we'll go ahead and look around here. You see the big giant fuel tanks on there, and the landing gear is quite literally just a little nub that comes out and plops down to a flat point. A little bit like how MISC likes to go, with the unpainted look, starting out anyway. They also have the MISC side turrets that are controlled by the pilot, by the way. These big giant guns here, yeah, all four of these fire from the pilot. Of course, that's not going to matter, considering this thing churns at like the rate of nothing. Those turret mounts, so you don't have to worry. It can be changed out. There are other guns on this ship, but not quite as many as its cousin or brother. We'll get around to looking for those other turrets here a little bit, because I can't exactly get on top to show you anything that's on top. Let's go ahead and open this thing up. Look, MISC said we needed handrails, and gave us handrails. And this not even a fall that we can plummet to. Take that, Empire. Close the door behind us because we are not savages. And we officially can't see anything. Alright, so I guess it might be a good idea to make my way to the bridge real quick, so I'll do that and then I'll come back. Of course I did. Nope. Don't want the ladder. Now we can actually see things. Yay, the lights are on. Wow, that panel looks busted. Well, not busted, but old. Certainly patined. Anyhow, let's go ahead and take a look around. This is the cargo area. It's got a pretty decent little cargo hold. We also have some extra seats in case we need to bring some buddies along for whatever reason. And you ended up running out of extra fuel for people, and there was somebody that still needed help. And they had a small enough ship, you could possibly try to fit it through that door and park it in here, and then they could sit in one of those seats. I don't know who else is going to join them in those seats. This way real quick. This is just a little hallway right here. There's nothing really interesting in this hallway at the moment. And we have open door. We have access to the port downwards. I thought maybe this was an escape pod. Well, this hallway was stupid. Yeah, it was. It was stupid. Door? Because the door's over here. This ship is a bit of a maze. You've probably been on one before. It just wasn't in one piece. It was on the ground, derelict, and in many pieces. Might have even glitched through the ground on it, like I did. I barely got out of that thing. We're not gonna go through that door right away. That door leads to too much of the rest of the ship first. Let's go ahead and head through this door real quick. If it opens. Okay, we'll just open it manually. This leads to the refueling area. Quite literally, the exact area where, like, you got the lifts that go up and down from out here too. Yeah. This is part of the gameplay that's not there yet. Too. Oh, that's kind of interesting. But we could always do refueling. Not quite there yet, so we're not going to really worry too much right now. This looks awfully complicated. Oh my god. Oh, and we can races. We can charge people for this. That's even better. Currently empty. Or we would go to refuel those. Maybe we have to refuel them in the ship. Goodbye. We got a couple more of these little screens for each of the individual tanks. It does kind of look like they're almost there, man. They're so close. Just real quick, see where they go. I'm pretty sure these just lead up into Squash Me Zone. Jeez. Those definitely look like escape pods. This is an awfully dark room. And this is a sinister looking room. I don't think it does. We're gonna go ahead and move past that. Oh, we got some actual active escape pods over here. Okay. All the way over here that you have to literally crawl through to get around in. Point of the ship where it's like, this is a maze. Like, I don't even... This is easy to get lost in up here. There's here. Okay. Ah! So here's the upper turret. And that's the other maintenance access. And here's mess hall. Recorders, maybe? Yeah, this is captain's quarters. Yep, this is captain's quarters. I remember now. Captain's quarters has children's bed sheets for the bed. Hall. There's a little kitchen space for making the food. Way over here we can explore. And we have the rest of the habitat for the rest of the crew. Like this, I'm not exactly sure right off the top of my head how many people you would really need, but you're probably going to need at least 2 people to operate the ship like this. You might be able to do it with 1 person, but it's just going to take a really long time to operate alone. With toilets that don't even need to retract or anything, they're just there. Awesome. Best kind of toilet. We're not going to go in there though, because I'm not a girl. Does this open maintenance access? It does. And that just leads, yeah, down to the little crawl space hallway. Further down. Got up there anyway. Nope, don't get back on that ladder. You can get away from that ladder. Alright, let's go back over here again. Hallway where we were earlier. Now that way leads to the cockpit and everything. And this way leads to up. To where we just were, I believe. Yeah, even more. This ship is ridiculous, man. This. 2 more turrets. So if you find yourself going down one of these really long hallways, you're heading towards one of the turrets. Congratulations, you figured that out. This thing is, like I said, it's a maze. Oh, okay, so yeah, the other turret's this way. I remember this sinister looking ball. How did we get up here? We had taken the elevator. Ah! Going up and wants to squash you, going down and wants to make you fall off. Alright, so... in this hallway here, there's a screen there that doesn't activate. So let's go down this hallway. More escape pods. Bridge. A bridge, but at least this one's on top of the ship, basically. Oh, that MISC likes to use, that allows you to look plenty to the left and right, but nothing up and down. We have a captain's seat here. We actually have a separate seat for that and the pilot. And we have the co-pilot, and we have this seat that like tried to suck me into it earlier. Oh no, I don't even know what it does. It's just a seat. Stuff from the captain's seat, like turning the ship on and off, and the lights on and off, and I believe you can control the power triangle from here too. But to fly from here. So let's go ahead and hop in the pilot seat, and while we're getting in the pilot seat and not looking left, we're gonna go. And when we're done with the Oracle, we'll come back and we'll go for a little flight. Just a little flight. Maybe look at a couple things too. I'm curious about something with the refueling. Okay, and for the weapons on the Starfarer, like I said, we have a couple of turrets. The PC-2 dual S4s are locked to the ship, but the guns themselves that are attached to those are not those. So there's 4 in total. 4 M6A laser cannons, and they are controlled by the pilot. And being that they are on the PC-2s, that means they're gimbaled. And they do about 1,110 DPS altogether, 840 in alpha. But your buddies, if you bring them along with you, or if you're just running from turret to turret, you got 3 man turrets. You have the man main turret that has 2 rhinos on it, and that's going to be most of your DPS as far as like the ship is concerned altogether. Especially considering turrets are a little bit more maneuverable as far as where they can look and aim. The other 2 turrets have a couple Panthers on them each, giving them about 805 DPS. They aren't quite as powerful, but if you got people in all 3 of those things, man, anyone that's flying the top side of this ship is donezo. Moving on, it's got a quantum drive. It's got a comma in it, size 3, industrial grade C. It is slow. I cannot stress that enough. That is a very, very, very slow quantum drive. But it will use like no gas getting around. You can get anywhere in Stanton. I mean, this is the point of the ship. The ship should not be running out of fuel ever. It's a refueling ship. So yeah, the quantum drive, good stuff. Moving on. No missiles. We do have shields. It's probably a good idea that there's no missiles on a ship like this. It's already explosive enough. Shields. We have a size 3 stronghold. 100,000 hit points. This ain't paper, man. This thing will take a little while to chip away. Of course, once you chip away at it, I wouldn't be too, I'd be dipping out as soon as they get that shield down, because after that, total hit points aren't super great for a ship this size. But the power plant is a Ginzel, industrial grade C, size 3. 50,000 power per second. We ain't using hardly any of that. We're using 6,202 power. Not even a fifth of it. No, about a fifth. No, not even a fifth. Less than a fifth. Math ain't my strong point always. Neither is talking. Coolers. Stupidity. Thermal core. Industrial grade C. 2 of them. Blah. It is a heavy refueling ship. The role, anyway, the career is support. It's a size 5 ship. This says crew size of 1. That's like the minimum crew size. I would not take this out with just yourself, honestly. I would at least bring a friend. once this thing has its gameplay all fleshed out and everything. But yeah, it can be flown by yourself if you don't mind wasting a lot of time for everyone, because it's going to take you a while to walk from the cockpit the bridge all the way back to the refueling arm and refueling people by yourself, and I wouldn't do that. And then on top of that, you won't really be able to defend yourself, and I get this feeling people might actually try and pirate you for fuel. It does have a cargo bay, 295 SCUs of cargo space. It has more cargo space than the Star G, its brother. That is pretty much one of the main differences. The Star G is a little bit more, it's the military variant of the Starfarer. So we'll get into that in a couple weeks. Body's got 25,000 hit points. Nose has 20,000 hit points. Oh my god, the math is almost so close to right, totaling at 58,900 hit points. So somewhere in there's some extra bits that have some hit points that they're not mentioning here. Mass is 3,555,606 kilograms. I only mentioned that because that's ridiculous. This thing is humongous and heavy, and yeah, even if you have flight assist off and G-safe off and all that stuff, you're still going to need to use the boost to get it off the ground. Even when you're in space, like a space station, you're going to need a little bit of booster just to get it off the ground and then immediately put your landing gear away. SCM speed, 85 meters per second. Yeah, I know. Max speed, 888 meters per second. That means if you're going 888 meters per second, you better hope that you don't have anywhere that you need to stop soon, because you won't. You'll just keep going for a long time. Hydrogen capacity, 6,522,000 units, and the quantum fuel capacity is 11,000 units. Plenty of fuel, probably won't ever run out until you need to actually like go and refuel your reserves, because that's what's going to run out, is people buying up all your reserves. And the ship costs 6,651,500 AUEC, only available at New Deal in Lorville. Alright, so we're back. And I'm going to go ahead and go on here to Vehicle Maintenance Services. Awesome. Okay. Well, maybe I'll have to fly somewhere else to check it. We can do that. Go ahead and start the ship.
Hello. How can MISC help you today? Systems on.
And get that door open.
You are clear to launch.
Might as well, while we're waiting for the door, take a look at the outside of the ship from above. Where are those side turrets at? Oh, there they are. They're like right behind the refuel, or the fuel tanks. There, that works. We'll just do that. There's always something I'm doing that I'm not doing right when I'm taking off with these big ships.
Thank you. And please.
And someone in the comments will tell me what I did wrong. Oh yeah, that Hercules is still there. I guess we'll go to the side of that. Alright, so we're taking off here. We're going up into space. Oh, got some good lighting all of a sudden. It's a nice look of the ship. There's me in the window. Hi. There is another variant to this ship, which we will get around to looking at. We're just not going to look at it right away. We're not going to look at it with this one because frankly, it's a big ship. There's a lot of ship here. We don't need to go into all that with two of them at once. I just want to get to another station, try again with refueling and stuff, and see what the screen pops up. Because I'm really curious how we go about putting fuel in the tanks. Maybe that's the thing that's not quite there yet in the gameplay, is actually putting fuel in the reserve tanks. Don't know. We'll find out. so it's a little sluggish on the turns. Uh-oh. Nope, nope, don't pass it. Don't pass it. Be a little bit easier with it this time. Line it up. That's a whole lot of shit. Hey, no. That's a whole lot of ship. Hang on. There it is. I was like, what the hell? Where'd it go? We're just gonna take this nice and slow. This ship is a lot of ship to be trying to push too fast and expect to ever stop it. I just hope I'm paying enough attention when I get to the station that I actually stop. Okay, on my radar I see a big giant rock, but I don't see a rock anywhere. I mean, I see rocks in the distance, but I don't see it close. It's a big concerning mass on the radar. Oh my god, 11 years later, the ship is slow. Oh, I just realized that SEM is 84. 84. That means if I go faster than this, it's gonna have a hard time stopping. And not just running straight into one of those rings I'm heading towards.
You are clear to...
Oh, okay, I can... I was gonna say, can I
Please
request
proceed
a
to
landing
side
yet?
landing bay.
Landing gear down.
I'm landing here, but this isn't gonna be where I stay. I'm just landing because I want to check something.
Caution. Front collision.
Okay, I don't know the ship's dimensions that well, so we're just gonna go ahead and do this. We are going to cheat this time. I don't normally. But we are this time, because this is a bunch of ship. There we go. Back to this view. Pull out our movie glass. And pray. Okay. So I bet, let's go ahead and get these refueled. And then when I can, I'm going to hit manual. Because I think manual is going to be where it's at. Or am I? I'm highlighting buttons on my dash. It's still processing. It's taking an awful long time to process that. I didn't even use much fuel. Unless it's legitimately just refueling my entire ship. Like all of the others and like things. Okay, that says no service required. Internal. External. Alright, get back into this one. So if I wanted to, this is where we would go to fill up our external tanks. And I do not have that much money. Cool. Again, I'm last I heard, the gameplay wasn't quite done yet for refueling, so no, we're not going to bother with trying to do that. Instead, now we're going to ask them to open the door back up.
You are clear to launch.
Back this big fat thing out. Nope, other way. There we go. Yep. Go ahead and back, okay. Ever so gently did that. cool. Oops, wrong button.
Please visit again.
I mean, it kind of accomplished what I was looking to accomplish. Alright. One final test. Just how much asteroid can this thing handle at full speed? Get a nice little backstage pass to see this one. This is important research, by the way. You have to know just how much damage a ship can take on the first impact. And this is a big ship. This might actually survive the initial blast into the asteroid. We'll see. And just in case, I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, subscribe, and come back for more. And I'll see you later. Yeah, that's what I thought.